We don't know who has been coming into the country over the past few years. It would be pretty easy to hide Hamas or Hezbollah operatives inside the millions that have come across our southern border. And these are the ones that we know about, the pictures you see here. There are, of course, lots that we don't know about. In fact, 1.7 million people we don't know about, certainly larger than the city of St. Louis. Those are the number of people that Border Patrol picked up on sensors but lost sight of. For obvious reasons, many of people who actually have something to hide, try to avoid the Border Patrol. Allie Bradley has been looking into all of this and has some new numbers that she's gotten from sources inside DHS. Hi, Allie.
Yeah, hi, Leland. You talk about those got-away numbers, but we actually did get our hands on some of these individuals that they were kind of wanting to have additional conversations with. A lot of this focus, of course, is on Iran because they're funding Hamas and Hezbollah to the north, as you mentioned there. And now when we look at those numbers out of Iran, Leland, those numbers doubled. We're looking at more than 500 over fiscal year 2023, which just ended. When you compare that to 2022, 226. So a massive jump there. And authorities down here say that they are on alert for militants coming out of Iran because they could easily sneak in and exploit that southern border because you know it's been porous. You know we've had September was the busiest month on record. So that is the reality there. And a lot of the reason why they're concerned is because Hezbollah also has a massive stronghold in Venezuela, Leland. So some of the concern here is that there's these lax visa requirements there, and these individuals could go over into Venezuela, establish residency, live there for a couple years, and then come in through our southern border. When we talk about Venezuelan numbers, we saw astronomical numbers in September, Leland. We saw more than 66,000 people come in from that country. That was the #1 nationality that we saw across the border last month, even more so than Mexico, which is saying something. You know this. You usually see Mexico at the top of that list, but right now it's Venezuela, and it's almost triple when we compare that number to when we look at July, Leland. So yeah, we're seeing a big jump here. And the vast majority of these individuals we know are processed and released into the country with a notice to appear in probably 2 to 5 years. And we know a lot of those individuals aren't showing up to those court dates either. And we can go a little bit deeper into this, into special interest countries as well, Leland, because those are countries that are designated separately from other countries that might have a nexus to terrorism. It does not mean that these people on this list are terrorists, but it means that they might have a nexus to terrorism in some way, shape, or form. And when we talk about those numbers, we're looking at more than 76,000 special interest immigrants came across our border last year, 8,000 in September alone. So let's break down some of these numbers. We're looking at Egypt had around 3,000 people come in. We saw more than 450 from Iran, 375 from Syria, 114 from Lebanon, 82 from Iraq, and 74 from Yemen. And important there to note as well, Leland, that those individuals were apprehended by Border Patrol in between the ports, so they did not present at a port. They were entering in illegally. Now, we want to talk about the terrorist watch list too, right? Because that is a big one that we have flagged that we are watching. So how many of these individuals are flagging on that watch list? 151, Leland, which is a sizable jump from the years prior.
Right, and those are the ones we know about. We can assume that if you're on the terror watch list and you're trying to get into the United States, you might try to be one of those 1.7 million gotaways. Allie, thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.